All right, guys, so welcome back to the ESEA Season 13 Global LAN Finals right here in Dallas, Texas. I'm Corey Dunn alongside Dust Moret as we're about to get underway with the upper bracket finals. You heard it there. They're with NiP and VeryGames, both going through the veto process. And of course, that's VeryGames' whole MO. That's the way they are. They take their time. They're very methodical. If you watch whenever they sit there and play any of these matches, the way that they sit there and go into it, they always have a full nade set. They always have a full strategy involved to getting into each round. But take a look at what we've got here at the player profiles.
Yeah, so of course Team VeryGames has played very dominant throughout this event. That's why they found themselves in the upper bracket finals. They've done quite well. They beat ESEA Box first off, and they went on and did well after that. As we look at it so far, it is MBK who is doing the best as far as ADR and FPR, so he's been doing lots of work. Positive 24 on the KD ratio, so certainly doing a great job there. Kenny S, their opper, in second place there, positive 21. Existence has been playing a great LAN. I was actually casting him a little bit earlier on today, and he had a great ace on Inferno, which just completely changed the momentum of the match they were playing earlier today. So great job there by him. Then Scream, relatively quiet this event, I feel like. Usually he's that flashy fragger. The human aimbot has been kind of, and he's been a little bit quiet this LAN, but we'll see if he picks that up here against some stiff competition against NiP. And then Smiths at the tail end of VeryGames, but still, positive. So, nobody really performing bad for VeryGames so far.
No, again, whenever you're sitting there getting to the point where you're in the upper bracket finals, of course it makes sense that you'd at least all be positive. If you worked your way through, the toughest match that they had was against Team Dynamic there in upper round one. And let's go ahead and take a look at what NiP has gone through. They both, of course, they haven't lost a map here in this. And it looks like Flaren actually is broken even, at least.
Yeah.
It's difficult whenever the rest of your teams are definitely going through. But look at Get Right, plus 38 in this entire tournament so far in all the 4 maps that have been played.
Yeah, and he's pretty much tied right there with Freiberg. Both of them have the exact same FPR. The ADR is very close together. Of course, Exist not too far behind there with 87 ADR, 0.83 FPR, and then, of course, positive 21 the frags. And then Forrest, even though he's like kind of the tail end on this chart, he obviously doesn't work very well. He's positive 25, just slightly below Get Right as far as KD ratio goes, and his ADR and FPR are certainly up there as well. So once again, no bad performers on this roster at this event.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the veto process that we're going through. Of course, the maps that were vetoed there by NiP was Mill, Cash, and Dust, which all pretty much makes sense. I've seen them kind of ban each one of those each time. Last time, whenever Curse faced off against NiP, they actually were the ones that eliminated Dust. But then you also look at VeryGames and what they banned during that process. They ended up banning Train off the start, which makes sense to me. Trust me, I agree with that one through and throughout. And, of course, Nuke got banned. And then let's go ahead and –
No, they're playing Nuke, I think. CT side first.
Nuke, CT side, and then we got Mirage and Dust. 2 are the ones that were playing.
Yeah, so Nuke didn't get banned. They banned – I can't remember exactly. I know that they definitely banned Train. That was one
Train got banned.
I'm not sure. I know they're definitely playing Nuke, Mirage, and Dust 2, though.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what the second one is. But let's talk about the brackets, though.
Okay. So if you look at the bracket here, of course, NiP has had really no trouble coming through. They had a close match against Curse in that first map on Nuke 16-14, but in the end they are able to come through the upper bracket. Now, if you look at the lower end of that bracket, Team VeryGames had a little bit of trouble with Dynamic. They lost to him on Dust 2 on the initial match, but then they were able to still win and come through and beat ESEA Box in 2 maps earlier today. So that is where you are seeing them at right now. And so that's essentially where we're at. The winner of this will move on to the grand final. The loser will move on to the lower bracket final, which will be played later on once we see who wins between Curse and Quantic, and then who between that wins against the ESEA Box.
All right, so let's go ahead and, as we kind of break down what's going to happen here, all the players are getting inside the server right now. It's the typical, at some point we're going to see an NiP versus VeryGames. And now we're going to see them in the upper bracket finals. I had them going to the upper bracket finals, both of these teams.
Right.
I didn't have Quantic Gaming getting knocked down that quickly by ESC. I had VeryGames beating Team Dynamic. But so far, it's been tough because right now at this exact moment, Quantic Gaming sent home the other American team. That was Team Dynamic, and now they're facing off against Curse right now.
Yeah.
They're on ESEA_blue. And that's actually being casted by K-Sharp and Rambo right at this moment. So that's going to be probably
if I wasn't doing this, I would be watching that.
Comedic gold over there. So,
yeah.
They're definitely I was listening to the first part of it. It was basically going down in nostalgia lane for a little while.
Yeah, of course. I mean, those two guys are legends in the community, and it's nice to see them show up to this event and kind of help us out and run the blue stream for us while we get to what could be one of the most important matches at this LAN so far. This could be a preview of what the grand final might be. You know, whoever gets eliminated here to the lower bracket could easily come back and make it to the grand final. So this is certainly important, and the main reason why it's important is because obviously the way that this tournament is set up, whoever would lose this best-of-3 set would then have to come back and win 2 back-to-back best-of-3 sets to win the grand final. So that's really important.
It's going to be a difficult road for one of these teams, whoever gets sent down to the losers bracket. Of course, NiP, they have the streak to prove themselves. The only matches that they've lost, or only maps that they've even lost, have actually gone to Virtus Pro. And luckily enough for them, at this point, they weren't able to get those visas to make it over here. But actually, you know, it's been great because we've had ESE Gaming, who's come over here, brought their fan base. Again, Virtus Pro, they're a top-notch team, and I look forward to seeing a lot of the other tournaments that are coming up here in the near future with the having all the teams collectively. But here we have some of the best top 8 teams internationally, with 4 coming from America, and 2 of those American teams are already knocked out.
Yeah, that's right. Denial went down earlier today to N Faculty in 3 maps. I mean, it was a pretty close set. Then, of course, we saw Denial get eliminated by Quantic just a moment ago. But I have a question for you, Dunn.
Yep, I'm ready for it.
So we're on Nuke, right? And this is going to be our first map if VeryGames gets CT side. Now, we already know the history on this map for NiP, even recently, been a little bit vulnerable, right? A close game against Curse on this map, 16-14 was the final score, almost dropped it. Also, let's take into consideration, I don't remember how long ago it was, but there was the match deemed the comeback for NiP, where they almost lost to this very team, VeryGames. They had to come all the way back on their, and VeryGames started on CT side, got a dominant lead, and VeryGames NiP had to come back on their CT side. Are we going to see a similar situation here, or do you think that VeryGames can finally do it, or do you think that the NiP might be able to just kind of make this one a non-close match?
So one of the things that I actually told NiP, I was talking with Flare and Exist, and I had mentioned to him, you guys could have lost that Curse matchup.
Yes. You
could have lost it, and they realized it, and they agree with it. Curse was playing lights out. And then you had NiP that there's some points where they were going full auto spray. If you were following Exist there on Twitter, you would have seen that he sit there and said that he needs to get things under control because he's spraying all over the place.
I think Exist and Forrest almost said verbatim, Curse should have won that game.
Pretty much.
Pretty much said it exactly like that.
That's not only just talking about the first match, that's also talking about the second one as well.
Yeah.
If Skadoodle was hot, if he was on point the entire game, they would have won it without a question, and they would have beat them on train.
That would have been crazy. As we do actually have officially all 10 players in the server here. VeryGames starting out on the CT side, NiP on the T side. We could see a little deja vu. The great comeback could come amongst us once again, or maybe VeryGames can finally beat NiP for the first time on LAN. Now, of course, we're talking about the veto process a little bit earlier. NiP obviously vetoes any dark horse map that they haven't played VeryGames on before, like a Dust 1, like a Mill, like a Cache. So they've eliminated any map advantage that VeryGames could possibly hope to get. Getting rid of those dark horse maps. So we're going to get to classic maps. I'm pretty sure these two teams between scrims and international league play have probably played each other on almost every map that's available in the rotation. So obviously VeryGames knew what points they really didn't want to play, such as Train. And so, yeah, I mean, eventually, though, you have to prove yourself on a map that you may not necessarily want to play NiP on. I mean, I guess you really don't want to play NiP on any map. I mean, in all honesty, they've been dominant. VeryGames has been unable to touch them on line play or on LAN. They haven't beat them either way, besides possibly scrims. So they certainly want to try to maybe do that here for the first time in North America.
Yeah, so as we're just waiting for everyone to go live here, quick little roster rundown for those of you at home. You've got VeryGames, you've got Scream, MBK, Existence, as well as Smiths. and also Kenny S. Be on the lookout for Kenny S.'s AWP. It's always been effective, even in Counter-Strike Source. But one of the most impressive players for VeryGames here at this tournament, for me, would be Existence.
Yeah, he's come out to play today. Like I said, we were casting him against ESEA Icebox earlier today. He had an ace against them on Inferno. He also just played solid throughout the entire set. So, yeah, Existence came to play this event. You know, he was also a great Source player, of course, helping lead VeryGames to win almost kind of like the NiP of Counter-Strike Source just a few years ago. But, yeah, he showed up to play for Go this event. And I think we're actually about to go live right now, man. So we're about to get with it here and see probably the two best teams in the world go head-to-head.
All right, so let's go ahead and hop into game here. And also on the other side for NiP, we've got Exist, Get Right, Forrest, Freiberg, and Faflaren. Of course, they're all going by their last names. We'll try to keep you up to date on exactly who's who.
These pistol rounds are certainly going to be important. I'm really curious to see what type of strategy we're going to see from both teams. They both want to get that slight edge at the very beginning.
All right, again, so we have NiP is going to be on the terrace side. Looks like they're going to be setting to move up here. Let's go and see what they've got so far. They've got a couple who are over there inside of Mini Garage. Still working there. You can see we've got Existence. Still kind of got this set up here. All 5 members about to be ready to push in here. Let's see exactly what we've got over here on the other side. You have Forrest working the outside. Still waiting. Looking for some type of random push that may have happened there from VeryGames. Now, so let's go ahead and hop back over here to Freiberg. You can see he's kind of pushing up here, getting closer and closer there into Radio Room. As they're kind of taking their time, they're about to start to be able to push up there. They're going to be pushing in there on to Smith. Smith's going to go ahead and back out of there, down towards the lower side. Still going to be able to continue to be able to push up their Existence. Picks up one with that headshot. Again, Smith has already backpedaled down here towards the lower. He's got a smoke to his left-hand side. So he's trying to set up this perfect headshot lane. He's got Kenny S down there below with him as we'll switch over to Kenny S. Still taking some time. And now it's going to be down to this 3-on-4, but Scream with just a sliver of health. As 20 seconds left here in the round, and Existence playing the corner, playing that lane there. And now you've got NBK who's going to be able to finish things off there. And Scream with 1 HP stays alive. And they only lose Smith through the process.
I mean, all I can really say about that was just perfect rotations and adjustments by VeryGames the entire round through. When they realized that ramp was going to be taken, they immediately dropped their players down. We had one player go into window room to already be there for the crossfire as Smiths ran down the ramp. I mean, they just perfect positioning. Existence got a couple of key frags, and they were able to, in the end, take the round.
All right, as we take a look here to see what the setup we've got so far, you've got Get Right moving up here inside of the hut area. He's going to get naded down. As you can see, they're working there. He's going to be shot there through the wall. And he's going to work his way back there. Probably doing the exact same thing I was doing, looking up at the radar and seeing exactly where he was at. But at least be able to spot one. That's going to be Smith. He's low on health. As they're still working outside. Get Right's the last man standing here. Be a 1-on-5 here during this eco round here for NiP.
Yeah, I mean, that round, it's, you know, they tried to go outside on the eco to try to make some type of push, maybe the secret, or maybe even to try to take hell, but they never really got the opportunity to do either, as NBK and company were able to just shut them down with that gunpowder advantage. Get Right, like you said, last man standing, kind of played lobby the whole time, unable to really get anything done, kind of got pinned down there the whole time.
All right, we take a look at where the money's at. NiP decides to go ahead and buy for this round. We've got, right now, looks like we have one player. That's actually Exist. We have a glitch there on the player HUD there. And he actually does have head armor here. So they will be heading here towards the inside. They're setting up for their default setup prior. Go take a look at all their different positions that we have. See where Get Right is, watching the inside. You've got Forrest who's watching over there towards radio. Looks like they're about to start to move over here. Let's switch over to, you can see Existence playing close quarters. Smiths, they've actually changed up all of their positions now. different than what they did for this round. Scream picks up one. Kenny S has an op in hand now already, and he's going to go to town. Let's go and switch back over here to Kenny S. Kenny S is going to get taken down. This is a big round so far. As right now you've got NPK, who's already fell down towards the lower side. 45 seconds left here in the round. They still haven't committed anything yet as they're still working down. You can see Freiburg gets spotted there by NPK. Headshot coming in from that M4. Through the smoke, there goes Get Right. 30 seconds left to play now. And it's going to be down to a 1-on-3, and NPK locks it down and lower. And now the score is going to be 3-0 on the gun round.
Let's pick up that scoreboard really quick. I want to make something known. Like, NiP didn't actually get any bomb plants and still decided to buy early, so they're certainly going to be forced to save this round. They tried to buy up early to force, a pattern break, unable to do so, which means they're going to have to pay for it now without being able to buy. Just great plays there by MBK. He prevented the bomb plant in the end, got a 3K out of the round. Solid defense play. They didn't even upgrade in most cases. They kind of had P90s and stuff still, but still able to play really good defense. VeryGames looking very strong right now.
Actually, I mean, I'd say it's pretty much a gamble at that point for VeryGames. I saw a few M4s and an AWP there for in the hands of Kenny S. Pushing on the outside, going to be the LMS. Get Right's just going to go ahead and start to be able to push through here.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to see if he can pick up any frags at all to drop some guns from VeryGames, but in the end, he certainly he's not going to be able to, he's just going to fall, but him dying, of course, prevents the Bears team from not, getting a $0 bonus. So
well, it'd only be for the one player, though.
Right.
So. And, it's just a matter of how you work the economy. And so far, they've lost 4 consecutive rounds in a row. And so now they're sitting pretty here for the rest of the game so far until they win a round.
Right.
So if we look at it right now, they are maxed out at this point, though, on bonuses.
And so it looks like we're going to see him kind of be setting up some type of sky smokes here, so possibly an enter take out of this, or it could be a fake, not really sure.
Again, but you see, you're working there towards the outside. Let's go ahead and switch around here and take another look here. One player's already backed away there. That's going to be Smiths, and Freiburg going to be chasing here. Flashbang over the top. Look out for MBK. He's just around the corner. There goes MBK, able to pick up one. Switching on board with him. He's picked up. Oh, look out. MBK picks up another 3-kill round. Now you've got Get Right. Inside of the vents, he's got his teammate. That's going to be Forrest. Get Right getting headshotted or dinks down to low HP. Bomb is going to get planted. Let's take a look here for Kenny S. Kenny S up on the upside. You also have Scream, who's actually wrapping around right now through radio. Bomb ticking away. Both of them have kits to work with here. Let's go and hop on, see if Scream might be able to catch somebody off guard. Still pushing through. There goes Kenny S. He gets flanked by Get Right.
Wow.
And Scream goes down. So take a look. Get Right was over here and actually rotated all the way around and went through the outside to be able to flank Kenny S right there.
Yeah, that was a good play by him. Very smart. I thought VeryGames kind of had that. MBK once again had another 3K round. They made a great adjustment with the crossfire at lower when you saw NiP take that secret route to lower. But in the end, they made a quick switch to upper when Get Right noticed that there was 2 ramp players, and they were able to post, plant, hold really well.
All right, let's see what kind of startup setup we've got so far. We're going to see if they can get some of these outside frags. As you've got Exist, Freiburg, and Faflaren working on the outside. Setting up. He's going to boost him up for Exist. Exist spotted one. Ooh. MBK has just gone off this game.
He's all over the place, man. I mean, that's the first time that they've made that look outside Raptors. NiP was not expecting it.
It's almost as if they look like they're playing by spawn. I mean, how often we've seen them change. So
probably a good conclusion to make.
Existence right there over inside of Pit. Exist down to 14 HP at this point. And so now you can see Get Right working back over there. There's one over there, one player that moved over there through the vents. And MBK just, again, all over the place. No matter if you're inside, upper, you're getting picked off by MBK. He rotated all the way from catwalk to the inside. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Looks like going to start to be able to move over here. Let's back over here with Smith, who's going to rotate with his teammate. Scream is inside. They were already set up, hop on board with Kenny S.
Man.
And right there, one of these players going to be able to make the shot. Back over to Smith, and Kenny S. be able to finish things off. 5-1.
Once again, it's just been a constant streak of VeryGames making the proper adjustments at every turn of the round. They have really gotten a feel for what NiP's trying to work, when they're trying to work it, and they've adjusted perfectly in almost every situation. It's just that one round they kind of got outplayed in the end in a 2v2 clutch situation, but the whole half they have had great adjustments. And look at MBK, 14-1. Like I said, he's been all over the place. He's been getting multiple kill rounds every single round. He's playing himself off right now. He's just playing perfect.
Well, he's playing really, really good. Take a look at the setup. You've got multiple players outside. Let's go switch over here to Kenny S. Kenny S misses one. Takes down Exist. They've got two guys already moving down there through Secret right now. Back over to MBK, who's watching. Dropping. Doesn't even get the chance to touch the ground as Forrest gets taken out. It's going to be left up to the last two members here. Freiberg's going to go down. Now it's left up to Flaren as he just gave away his position. And Scream's right there, and he'll be taken out as well. 6-1. As right now, VeryGames actually has ESC, who's watching right behind them.
Yeah. I mean, NiP has to be wondering where does MBK keep coming from. I mean, he played one round outside Raptors, got a multi-kill round. This time he plays Mini Garage, gets a multi-kill round. I mean, the dude's literally just all over the place, and he's already at 16 frags, and we're only 7 rounds into the half. It's really crazy. And Scream, actually, Freiberg was the one player that actually had a chance to make a play because he snuck into lower, but Scream was able to pick up on it in time to make a couple of key frags, too.
Look at this. Flaren is 0-7. Exist is 1-7, and Freiberg is 1-7.
Yeah.
They've died every single round. We're 7 rounds in, and they only have collectively 9 kills.
That's not very good. That's about half of MBK's total frag count. That's one player from the other team.
All right, so right now you've got, here comes Existence, able to pick up one. And Exist on the other hand from NiP. It's going down to Flaren. He's working down that lower side. He's already made it down through Secret.
It's important to note that the percentage of people who think VeryGames is going to win is steadily increasing by a couple of percentage points every round, it seems like. So some people starting to have some faith in VeryGames now.
All right, so it's going to come down to this. Flaren is looking for his first kill of the game. Currently sitting 0-7. And he'll finally pick up that frag now. He's going to be down to a 1-on-4. Worrying about the flank, coming back around. He picks up his second kill of the game. That's also MBK's second death as well.
Yeah. This will be pretty crazy.
2 seconds left. He wants to actually hold on to this AK, and I don't know what he's doing.
That was, if you wanted to say, I'm not sure why he angled himself there. That was a little bit of a mishap. But just want to let you know, when we started this game, before it went live, it was 85% thought NiP would win, 15% thought VeryGames would win. We're almost at an equal 50-50 at this point.
I earlier, actually yesterday, I had sit there and mentioned what I thought this really was.
There it is.
It was a faith. It's a faith meter. How much faith do you have in a team? And look at it change now.
Yeah, NiP's starting to fade back. The power of your voice, man.
It's a faith meter, man. It's how do I feel right now? I'm going to change my vote, which is okay. But the end of it all.
You know what was funny is that MBK was actually watching the highlight video that we made of the comeback on Nuke, like on our screen when he was like asking about our streaming stuff. And he's like, thanks a lot for making me watch that. But, you know, they're doing really great so far. Hopefully they won't allow another comeback like that, but we'll have to see.
All right, it's going to come down. Of course, this is going to be a save round coming in here for NiP. The reason why they've had to save so many times, too, because this is not your typical, especially with bonuses. And there's another round right there. No player from VeryGames died. But the fact
look how much
is,
bank they have right now.
The fact is, right now they've got 11 kills total for NiP. and we're 9 rounds in.
Right. So they're getting no cash bonuses off of frags at all. I mean, they're strictly relying on their bonus from losing streaks.
They barely just broke the amount of money you would make for winning 1 round.
Yeah.
Off of getting the kill bonus,
They're
kill rewards.
strictly relying on losing bonus money at this point because they're not really getting the frags. Besides Fifth Laren getting a few rounds ago, they really haven't hit that many. Once again, you know, we are seeing NiP try to run this secret to lower strat again, so we'll see if it pans out a little bit better for him this time done.
I'm going to switch back over here to Smiths right now. Heading down here towards the lower side. There goes one. And it's going to continue to be able to push back out there. That smoke is actually going to help out Smiths, but Flaren is able to pick up that one right there. Now it's going to be down to a 3-on-4. NBK, I don't know why I'm not following. You should always be in the main POV. As he does
Another
connect,
3K
and
round.
wow. He is already at 20 kills. 10 rounds in, and he's at 20 kills.
Literally, MBK, I don't want to say like MBK is single-handedly winning.
No, he's not.
He's not, but he has had probably 6 multi-frag rounds this half already, and most of them were 3K rounds. He's had 4 3K rounds. It's absolutely absurd. He's all over the place. But yeah, like you said, the Smiths was able to get the bomb down very early that round and allow his team to be able to rotate very quickly to help him out. So good play by them, and we see an eco secret to lower strat here from NiP. Or no, it's not eco. They have full gun, so we'll see if this works better.
They just committed completely. I mean, might as well, right?
I mean, they tried it last round.
Get right, spamming right there through the HUD area. And here comes Scream and MBK.
Oh.
It's all Scream, though. It's all Scream.
Goodness. You remember how
MBK.
Wow, you remember how I was saying earlier, Scream's been rather quiet this LAN. Not anymore. 4K round, all headshots from Scream, rotating down from ramp. It seems like NiP tried the exact same strat that didn't work for him last time. I felt the reason why was because I guess they just felt that they allowed MBK to kind of luck him out, so to speak. They felt they got control really well, and they almost got the bomb down, so they tried it again. This time, Scream rotates down from ramp, completely shuts them down with nothing but headshots, basically.
Nothing but headshots.
That was not a pun, but you can make it one if you'd like.
I would. It would.
I was talking about that YouTube video that was really famous. Oh, well.
It's all right. Not everything's a pun, even though I'd like it to be. All right, so now it's going to be back around for Flaren picking up a frag there into existence. Smiths over the top. Finally, MBK goes down. Uh-oh. As they're getting picked one by one. Now it's going to be back over here with Scream. Down to a 1-on-3. Now they know exactly where he's at. Here come the nades. He stays alive, and then there comes the party favor. Finally
something works for NiP. They switched off of their outside takes. They went for a fast upper take. Forrest was able to get a nice multi-kill round, getting 3 picks at upper before the plant. And then they were just able to hold really well. They found Scream very early. Didn't allow him to clutch. Nade stacked him pretty well. So finally, NiP showing a little bit of life in this half. It's only the second time they've really shown as much of anything, unfortunately for them.
How crazy is that to say?
I know. I never thought I'd say that. So my first time casting NiP, actually, and it might be one of their very few losses if they don't get their act together.
All right. As right there, that's going to be a nice nade. Scream. He's going to spot one. They're both going to be able to run him over. As Smiths has already dropped down towards the lower side. MBK is right there. He's actually got one player to get. And, uh-oh.
That comeback. They are doing quite well now. Yeah, I mean, NiP hasn't really changed their strategy a whole lot. It's just now VeryGames isn't quite catching the frags like they were before. I mean, before MBK was making crazy shots. Scream went off one round, had some crazy shots, and now it seems like NiP maybe is finally starting to warm up and actually start to outpick VeryGames in their strategy that they're running.
You see the meter dancing.
The Faith and meter's just dancing around.
Right now. Yeah,
possible troll. I think it's Patrick. Yeah.
Yeah, the very beginning of this, it was 90% NiP. And at one point, we're at 50-50 between these two. Just shows how quick. I'm telling you, it's a Faith meter.
I think someone's trolling now, though. But in this situation, MBK and Existence are down. You know, we have Freiburg and Forrest down, so it's going to be a 3-on-3, and it's going to be a close one here with a minute left.
All right, so right now it looks like we've got one player that's down inside the lower. That's going to be Faflaren. Faflaren still causing a ruckus as he's able to take out Smiths. Kenny S up on top. Let's go and switch over to Kenny S. He's going to make this difficult on himself. He's watching too many points there all at the same time. He's going to get spotted down to 26 health. He gets naded. Left up to Scream. Yeah.
Scream's been left with a couple of 1v3 situations in the past few rounds, and he's just been unable to capitalize on any of them. Of course, you can't expect the man to clutch all the time. But yeah, once again, NiP kind of running similar strategies to what they have been running all half with their upper takes. And now it's just their frags are starting to come in as well, and they're starting to actually land shots. And now VeryGames is starting to struggle a little bit.
That's what it comes down to. I mean, it's about winning those gun battles, and that's what's happening now. Is NiP is actually winning those gun battles. All right.
We see an op for the first time from NiP, I think here. It'll be exist with it.
Did you take notes there?
Huh?
Did you take notes?
I did. He threw the op so it can't be used anymore and picked up a rifle.
All right, so let's take a look there. You're going to have Smith's going to be pushing up here in just a second over there towards down Freiburg. Comes back around, able to shut down the bomb carrier exists as MBK is helping out as well. And Get Right's just on the, oh, look out, Smith's, as he picks up another one. Left up to Faflaren.
Yeah, man, that's the first time we've ever seen VeryGames do an aggressive radio push, and it worked for him. Smith gets 3 kills off of it and leaves Faflaren in a 1v3 clutch situation.
Yeah, as we see right now, Faflaren creeping his way, 35 seconds left here. He hears one, and he's missing, but luckily enough, he doesn't even really get hit. 25 seconds left. The bomb is down over there near radio room. He needs to worry about one over in lobby and one over by radio. Smart gameplay, because basically what can happen is Smith can go ahead and flank him in this situation, and he does.
Yeah, Smith big
4
rounds.
frags.
Yeah, 4 frags for him. Like I said, it's the first time VeryGames ever did an aggressive radio push. They had played a more passive ramp setup, either leaving Screen there by himself, or whenever they did have 2 there, they would drop ramp early to position themselves for crossfires at the lower site. That round, they decided to go ahead and, you know, they had to buy up a FAMAS because they're a little short on cash after losing a few in a row, and Smith pushes into radio, gets 3 huge frags, and it gets the last one at the end. So, in the end, you know, we saw VeryGames very dominant. They had a 10-1 lead at one point. You know, NiP kind of fought back a little bit, but then at the very end, we see VeryGames just hammer away one more round to keep it at 11-4 rather than a 10-5 score. So either what we're going to see is VeryGames possibly beating NiP for the very first time in competition, or we might see the second great comeback of NiP versus VeryGames on DE Noob.
Hey, give me a second. I'm going to go tell MBK this real fast.
Yeah, just be like, right, look, do you remember this situation, you know, a couple of months ago? Remember how that went? Let's go ahead and, you know.
We'll bring that one back.
Yeah, let's bring that one back. He probably don't want to hear that right now. He's played really well, though. He already has 20 bomb. In fact, I think he's like a 22 or 23.
He's 22-6.
Yeah,
was the last that I saw.
Yeah, he was doing it. Like we said, most of the half he was all over the place. He had several multi-frag rounds. I think he had like 4 3K rounds. He did very, very well. Just constantly giving NiP trouble, constantly making NiP guess, you know, how the CTs were positioned. Just did a great job.
All right.
Teams are kind of regathering themselves and hashing this out. I'm sure NiP is having some discussions now, just trying to figure out what they need to do to make this comeback.
11-4. It was the first half score here in favor of VeryGames, but of course that was over on the counter-terrorist side here against NiP. And if NiP starts to pick up this pistol round, I feel sorry.
We could see the comeback again. Was it 12-3 last time? Yep. Okay, so it's a little bit different. So NiP actually has a little bit better positioning to come back, I guess you could say, as compared to last time. So we'll have to see, man. These pistol rounds are going to be very important for both sides.
Watch it. That little pole is going to shift quickly. It's going to be 78, 80, 20.
For NiP if they win the pistols? Yeah, I agree with that.
It's gonna move quick.
They lose pistol rounds, though.
They lose pistol rounds, it's going to stay the same.
Same.
Been doing this for a little while. It's my opinion.
No way, man. Didn't you just start casting?
I'm making the old man judgment.
I thought you just started casting at Copenhagen
games.
games.
Nothing.
I could have swore you just started casting during Copenhagen games.
That was my first time.
Your first
I
ever
didn't even do DreamHack winner. All right,
No.
so it's 11-4 right now. It's just going to be down to a 4-on-5. Freiburg's already been taken out now. So Forrest, he's going to spot one. He's taking a lot of damage, but ends up winning the battle with MPK. They're going to be pushing around here inside the site. Get right. That's a hard way to shoot.
Yeah, that's a tough
That's
angle.
a tough way to shoot. As now it's going to be down to a 3-on-2. Scream is trying to find an opening to get the bomb planted. Bomb planted there. Forrest right there over the top. You can see how Scream backpedaled. And now it's going to be able to, Faflaren's helping things out. He's going to continue to be able to push out. Faflaren again! Can he be able to pick up another one? He does!
Wow.
I'm going to enjoy this. Faflaren coming up big. It's been a while since I've said that.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a lot of comments whenever he was 0-7 not too long ago on HLTV, whatever else, where we commonly see those comments made about him. But yeah, he came up big that round. Those last 3 frags pretty much brought NiP back into the game. I know that's a powerful statement, but I really think that he just literally saved NiP's chances right there, single-handedly with a huge play.
Is the poll going to start to move? We'll find out.
It's moving in favor of NiP, but not quite 80% yet. Let's get there.
It'll get there.
We'll keep it up. We'll keep it up there for you.
But yeah, but no, but really. I'm just saying. All right, so right now, as we're going to take a look there, Exist. Right now, he's been able to pick up 1, 2, 3 so far. And he's looking for his 4th, but Get Right's going to slide in and pick up that last one.
Yeah. I mean, you know, VeryGames just tries to do a quick eco upper rush and just got completely shut down by Exist, and he had a little bit of help from a couple other teammates guarding upper at the time. And so, yeah, that percentage for NiP starting to go back up now that we've seen them be able to win the pistol rounds. And they are up now. This VeryGames only up 11-6, so that gap is starting to close. We do see VeryGames buying up some AKs and stuff, as they did get 1 bomb plant, so they are going to go ahead and get the AKs in this round.
All right, setting up in all the different spots here. Let's take a look here and see across the board where each one of these players are at right now. NBK is on the outside. He's just scanning, really.
If you were VeryGames, would you have bought in this situation?
VeryGames always buys. So that's my answer to that one.
Fair enough.
Very rarely do you see them save. If they have money to buy a FAMAS or buy something cheap like a Galil, they end up buying. But the first thing they buy is always a full nade set. Every time you watch this section over here, I'll show you in a second here, they always buy nades. You'll see it all the time. Even during save rounds, they'll have a couple nades. Pushing inside the site. Exist trying to be able to stay alive. He's over there by Tetris. As Kitty S helping out Existence. Bomb is down. It's going to be left up to Scream and Existence. As they got the bomb, they can go down towards lower if they want to. As Existence tosses the bomb over there to Scream. 15 seconds left. As he's, I don't know where he's trying to get the bomb planted.
He tried to source plant right there.
Still, they don't know exactly where they're going to be coming in. Faflaren's going to get taken down. Now down to a 2-on-2. There goes one. Here comes Forrest pushing in. Spraying through the vent. Heads up play there by Forrest. As again, Get Right took out Scream. And now the score is going to be 7-11.
And VeryGames is probably going to be forced to save here because they did buy, not really early. I mean, a lot of teams will buy if they get a plant. And they did go ahead and get the AKs and Gleos that time. They could still, I guess, force rifle if they wanted to, but I think they'll go ahead and sit back and eco this one. This allows NiP to go ahead and close the gap as you'll draw your boxes around those grenades. They might be equal, but they still want to have grenades ready. That's a good point.
They always still have the nades, especially on the terrace side. right, here comes. They're going to go ahead and start to be able to push in here. They already made their way through. And, oh, no, Smith's all over the place. Here comes NBK, though. He's been able to pick up two. He picked up the bomb. He's already been able to work his way all the way down. It's going to be down to a 1-on-2. Take a look at this. He gets the bomb down, and he's going to try to draw him in. He needs to look out for Forrest. He's going to be coming down towards the other side. He spotted one.
That was actually a really good eco by VeryGames.
Great eco.
They got some guns down. They got the bomb plant at the lower bomb site, and that's going to help them out money-wise. They're going to be in a comfortable buying position this next round because of that. But once again, NiP is starting to close that gap. They're only 3 rounds behind now. This is where VeryGames needs to start to worry just a little bit. They got a lead, but it's starting to shrink pretty quickly here. They need to go ahead and try to get a buy-round victory to try to get that momentum back. Otherwise, NiP might be making another comeback.
No, it's already. It's going to happen. You gave them the opening. And they find every time you give them a window, they just hop on through.
Based on their LAN results, I would have to agree with you. Yep. I think they're over 100 map wins and just 4 map losses at this point, with this combined with what they already had.
All right, so right now, as you can see, they've spotted one right now. NBK has worked his way through, though. Let's go and hop on board with NBK. It's actually right down here. No one's down there to contest. Not even down in towards the ramp room area. And that's actually made him a little bit more cautious. Get Right is actually watching from Mini. And we'll take a look from his perspective so you guys at home can see this. He's looking over there towards Secret. Back over to NBK. Still hasn't tried to do anything yet. Ooh. As Get Right gets taken out. You're going to see him probably end up. Again, now you've just lost your position that you've had.
NBK just playing this so patiently here. Not trying to force the issue.
There we go. Freiburg turns his back. As now it's going to be left up to Faflaren. Faflaren picks up one. And they're just toying with him now.
I think they're trying to force him to lose this gun.
And NBK takes him out a much-needed round.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, finally they put a slight halt to NiP's momentum. Only time will tell us if they can continue that with their own momentum or if NiP can keep chipping away at him here back and forth. But yeah, that was a great win by VeryGames there. NBK got quick control of Secret, and they were able to just kind of work with that. He was very patient about it. He got like 2 or 3 frags out of the round in the end, and so just an overall great job. NBK continuing to be strong for that team. He is top fragging for them overall, and certainly top fragging this half as well with the 5 and 4. So just great stuff from NBK.
That also forced them on a save here for NiP. The only thing that's different is this one right here.
And he's got the app. Good old Forrest.
You're watching right there at the cross point. And perfect flashes, and NBK, long range with the AK, is going to be able to push on through. And I don't think that, I mean, they can make the assumption that he's already down there and lower. For Flaren getting shot there, he's going to get taken down. Get Right still. Now he gets spotted by NBK. And now we've got Exist right here, the LMS. And they're...
Oh, man.
He's going to be able to get taken out there. Oh, he may be able to pick up this AWP and get out of here.
This could be a huge round in just a moment.
You pick up that AWP at the end unless he wants to go for this 1v3.
I think he's rethinking this one, yeah. I think he's going to go back and get that AWP and save. Unless he can catch maybe one more frag. I think he's just looking for exits. I think he's going to go back and get that AWP in a little bit.
It's getting further and further away.
Not going to get the opportunity now.
Yep.
So NBK once again getting a couple of frags. Existence coming in as well. That long range shot from NBK on the Forest from outside to hell, just that has to just kind of crush you just a little bit inside. One thing to note, I think this is probably maybe common this whole lane. I haven't seen NiP play this lane, so I've been casting other matches, but Fifth Laren hasn't even touched the AWP this match once that I can recall.
Yeah, he really has. He kind of stepped away from it a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of heard that.
But Flaren was actually using the op on train, but Get Right had an auto snipe as well. So.
Right. And I know they did mention in interviews before that Forrest would kind of share the duties with Fiflaren with the op, just because that's what Fiflaren was more comfortable with, and so there you go.
And MBK. MBK has been just playing so well.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a look here. You can see throughout the map. Let's go ahead and switch over here to Fiflaren, who's about to have a couple players to worry about. Smith has regained position here. As right now they're going to go ahead and back around here. Like just a battle through the smoke. Give him some time to be able to reload if need be. Going to be able to push through there. He's able to pick up one. Freiberg's going to be there as well to be able to help him out. He's able to pick up another one. Look out for MBK, though. He's been on the flank. And coming from the backside, there was going to be Fiflaren.
Man.
And finally, you know, these are the games that I've been wanting to see, is NiP up against the ropes.
Right.
These are the types of games that really are fun to watch whenever you're watching NiP, watching them struggle, watching them have to battle their way back.
Right. I mean, if you look at, like I said, I think they have probably close to over 100 LAN wins now between maps and just 4 losses. How many times can you recall that they had to really play from behind out of all of those?
It's been recent.
Recently, they've done it a lot, but back in, you know, a few months ago, very rarely would you ever see them play from behind. So how do they react to that, right? I mean, so far they did actually wind up losing the Virtus Pro at Star Series. You know, they've made a few comebacks here and there, but this is one of the few times where they're really getting tested.
It's maybe the first time. See if Scream decides to spam here. Maybe the first time we might actually see somebody spam to this point. Freiberg, though, spamming back through. MBK, look at that flash. See how MBK, see, this is what happens is Scream throws that flash. Let's go and switch over to Freiberg, though. He's down there in the lower vents looking out for MBK.
MBK has really worked secret quite a lot in this matchup, and it's worked out quite a few times for him getting control of the lower site. So actually make it all the way over to that window room. So he'll just be patient with this and just wait for his team and see how he will be most useful the rest of the round.
Oh, he just gets spotted there by Freiberg. Who has the better shot here? As they get knocked down into the 70s. All right, they're going to be coming back around. Freiberg needs to worry about inside a vent. He's right behind him, and he's got some back support there by Exist, but he's going to get taken down there. Bomb is going to start to try to be able to get planted. Freiberg just sprays away. He doesn't be able to pick up one. Here comes Force, picks up 2 so far. Now it's going to be left up to Smiths. He's going to be the LMS here. Bomb is ticking away here. No one's on the defuse as of yet. We'll go ahead and pop off the X-ray, build up the anticipation a little bit more, and they pick up the round.
That round should have been VeryGames, I think. I mean, MPK got control of lower pretty early. He was being patient, waiting to see how he would be most useful to his teammates. However, once Freiberg caught on to where he was, no longer could he try to be sneaky and make any kind of secret play like that. At that time, the rest of VeryGames decided to come secret as well. They got the bomb planted lower. They had a numbers advantage, but then Fiflaren and Forrest come in and just cleaned the round back up for NiP.
This is such a CT-sided map on it because of how quick you can rotate from site to site. That's the only bad thing. Even whenever you have a good position, it's still difficult because the players can rotate. They can drop ramp really quickly. They can go secret really quickly. They can go down vents really quickly. There's just so many different endpoints, and you can rotate from site to site so quick.
And you could go down vents in like just over a second. I mean,
and you could be from the upper bomb site to the lower bomb site within half a second, what it almost seems.
Yeah, that is very true. So VeryGames maintains the lead, but NiP has been chipping away at it this entire half. So it's just going to come down to, you know, who wants it more, I guess.
Nate is going to cause some damage there. We're on board here with Fiflaren. They're going to be coming here towards the ramp room here in a second. Flashbangs, counter flashes, slowing them down. Rotating back through. As they have already wrapped around. He doesn't know it. Faflaren's going to now go ahead and fall back there towards ramp room. And they've already, let's go and follow, see if get right where he's at. He's actually watching the ladder for his teammates. And he's able to headshot one. He's going to get dropped there by MBK. Look out for Exist. Exist down on the lower side. Scream coming up top. He's going to get taken down. Left up to Kenny as he's got the bomb now. And Kenny picks up one. Oh, looking for a second.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, VeryGames got ramp control. However, NiP adjusts well. They drop down to lower, set up a crossfire there. Get right holds hell. So they pretty much had VeryGames contained in that ramp room. They couldn't really do a whole lot without being spotted, without NiP getting the information they needed. And at the end of the day, NiP was able to just out-frag them once they had them contained. So great job there by NiP to, once again, just keep chipping away at VeryGames. It scores 13-11. VeryGames' lead is diminishing very, very quickly now.
This was the map that they wanted. VeryGames wanted CT side here on Nuke. They got it. They took a 11-4 first half. And right now, NiP has narrowed that deficit down to 2. Working towards the outside. Look out for Smith's, or Scream, I apologize. Probably up on top. Yeah, he went ahead and dropped so far.
Eco here for VeryGames, so a good chance for NiP to bring it just to a one-round difference between these two teams.
See who's moved their way up here. And Faflaren picking up another kill so far. And Existence is backed up there inside of T area.
Got his knife out.
He almost got, he wanted to get the knife.
Yeah. So the voting's definitely going over to NiP's side, but not quite as drastic as you might have hoped. But certainly looking like a lot of people are getting a little bit more confident in that faith meter, so to speak, for NiP, as they've been able to certainly rally back. It's already been a great comeback. I mean, you go from 11-4 to 12-13. That's no small feat. But, of course, NiP wants to finish the job and take the lead for themselves and prevent VeryGames from tarnishing their LAN record.
All right. Let's see what MBK has done so far. He's pushed all the way out there towards the outside. Just 2 players that are going to be joining him. Get right with is going to with that M4 has caused so much damage. He picks up 1 now.
This round's crucial for both sides. VeryGames really needs this one.
Looks like I think Freiburg still got the inside. Existence has moved through. So both Smiths and Kenny S are down below. There's Existence there. Get right spots 1. As right now you can see Freiburg just passes on by. And so right now it's a 4-on-5. About to hit here down towards the lower bomb site. Exist right on the other side, waiting for Kenny S. Causing so much. There we go. Let's go ahead and see as we'll switch back over here towards the other side. There goes Kenny S, be able to pick up 1. Scream goes down. Now it's going to be down to a 1-on-4. They know where he's at. And honestly, he either needs to die quickly or save that weapon.
I felt like that smoke he threw wound up hurting him more than it helped him. You know, he was staring at the whole time, trying to wait and see if he could maybe make some headway into the vents or maybe catch someone trying to come out. And in the end, it just kind of stalled him out. It trapped him in those back halls while the rest of his team was trying to fight with NiP in the lower site. And it just cut him off from helping his team. I think that might have been a slight mistake on his part.
All right. Again, what I mentioned before, they always have nades, and they always buy.
Well, they have to now.
Well, whenever they can. They don't have to right now. But right there, you're able to pick up 1. Because right now they've got Scream, who's got a P250, and they've got Existence, who's got a Galil. Switching over to Faflaren. As a teammate working with him right now, he's going to be completely blind.
Taking lots of damage here, too.
One's already passed through. Smith's already made his way across. He doesn't spot him. And Smith's just on the other side of that box.
Oh, my
goodness. And the timing's something else.
I know.
And he just finally able to take him out.
That X-ray mode, man, just lets you get to just really get a feel for how close it can really be sometimes.
All right, back around here. Both vents have been popped. As now it's going to be down. You can look at this. Oh, you're kidding me.
Man.
Get right and Forrest. They
take first lead.
The lead. Yep. The first time we've seen yet for NiP to take the lead here against VeryGames. I'm sorry, MBK, that we showed that.
Yeah, we shouldn't have showed him, man. Let's see the scoreboard really quick just to get kind of a feel on who's doing what here. You know, I was actually about to say a moment ago that Get Right had been slightly quiet, but he just made a huge play that round. Everybody on the team, like, you know, in double digits with the exception of Freiberg, he's a little bit behind. As you can see, Kenny S and MBK carrying over from last half, but have really been doing great, but the rest of the team has struggled on their picks on this T side so far, and it's allowed NiP to really get back in the game here. They've taken their first lead, and they're doing a great job.
CT is such a hard sign to really determine who's pulling their weight. Because in the all grand scheme of things, it's where are the terrorists attacking?
Right.
You know, where are the opportunities to get the kills? All right, so right now you spot one there. Let's take a look here at the overview, see exactly where they're at. You can see that they're starting. They've got a couple of guys working over there towards the ramp room.
That's right. VeryGames has done this a lot, stacking pressure in that radio, getting the smokes and nades off, trying to get either one or maybe even full control of ramp and then kind of working from that, but they just haven't done much with it afterwards.
Rotating back through. Flaren picks up one. Let's go back over here to Exist. Exist inside the site. He's going to get taken down. Back over to Get Right. Get Right spraying down, takes down the bomb carrier. Look out for Forrest, though. Forrest flanking right now. He gives away his position. They're on all sides. 15 seconds left. As now we've got Get Right. They're going to have to try to be able to get this bomb planted. He's able to take down one. Existence inside the site. Bomb gets planted, and that closes things out. We're at game point now.
Great plays once again from Get Right. That was a 3K round for him. He stuffs the bomb carrier at the very beginning of that upper take, and he continues to rain down a couple of frags at the end. Once again, the VeryGames trying to take control of ramp room. They haven't been able to do much with it after the fact, thanks to the rotations and positioning of NiP. That round, NiP actually plays it a little bit differently. Instead of kind of giving ramp away, falling down lower, falling into hell, they actually challenged it with 3 of their players, really caught VeryGames off guard, forced them to go upper, and then Get Right just made a huge play.
Yep, they had Forrest and Flaren watching ramp room together, and they had Get Right on the quick rotate. As we can take a look here, see where their money is at. Here you can see that they've all got AKs, full nade sets, utilizing every bit of that bonus.
And this is a game point situation, by the way, for NiP. So if they do win this round, we will be moving on to map 2 with VeryGames and Dismay after having the match in their hands and slowly letting it slip away. That's what the story has kind of been here in this map.
If you give them an inch, NiP will take that mile. Really just proving themselves of why they've earned the prestige that they have right now.
You were talking about earlier, that's the test of a good team. Can you come back from behind? And NiP is starting to prove that here repeatedly as of recent. You know, they did it against Cursed. And are doing it here against VeryGames yet again on DE Nuke, just like they did a couple of months ago.
Yeah, not too long ago, Curse was barely lost. It came down to the 28th round where NiP finally was able to tie it back up. They never had the lead that entire game. Pushing in, now they're able to pick them off one by one. And now it's going to be left up to Forrest. Forrest on the flank. 12 seconds. If he gets the bomb carrier. Oh, no, he tried to be able to push back through. And that could have been really, 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 really bad.
Well, MBK did get a team kill out of that. but I don't know if that'll really have that much of an effect. I mean, they're still bought up.
It
They're
doesn't
still
make
fine.
it shouldn't make that big of a difference.
Yeah, not at all. Well,
let's see.
They might have to eco after this one if they lose.
Take a look.
But it's either going to be overtime or the closest victory possible at 16-14. That was really great job there from VeryGames. They had kind of let NiP hit their stride and collect some rounds in a row, but they finally put a halt to that, and now it's either overtime or, like I said, a really close victory for NiP.
Let's take a look from Paflaren's perspective. Actually, we may even see Exist. No, Exist is getting back to his default spot now. You know, he's up there on top of the hut. He's boosting his teammate back up there, making sure he can get his position. That was Freiberg.
Keeping these smokes up in hut, preventing VeryGames from getting any kind of rush, delaying that push by at least 30 seconds.
MBK trying to slide through. Flashbangs out, and he does make it to secret. Well, his teammate, though. His teammate also right behind him to get down there to secret. And Forrest is going to get taken down. And right now.
Yeah, VeryGames has done this a lot, and they've had mixed results come out of it. So, not really sure how they'll be able to play this one out.
Paflaren right here, watching this angle here. Bust out that. And he turns at the wrong time. And he slides just with the skin of his teeth, and he's finally going to get taken down. We may be going into an overtime.
Yeah, it's looking
Get
a lot
right,
like
coming
it.
back around. It's down to a 2-on-3. Make that a 2-on-2. Crucial kill. 15 seconds left here in the round. It's going to be left up here. All left up to Scream. Scream's been spotted there. Scream has 5 seconds.
Oh, man.
Now, as he doesn't try to go for the plant, will he be able to get this bomb down? They're going to be able to peek out.
Man.
And just like that, NiP picks up the game, comes all the way back, takes the lead, and takes it away. 16-14.
Like I was saying, VeryGames, they kind of used that secret to lower setup a couple of times. They had mixed results with it. That time I thought it actually went pretty well for them. I mean, Scream landed some huge damage there as the CTs tried to actually get aggressive on window room rather than playing back and letting them take control of lower. But in the end, you know, Get Right only had 1 HP in that clutch situation. He was bleeding out, but luckily he had a teammate there with him. They were able to force Scream into a situation where you had no choice but to plant. They played the clock perfectly, and that's just the signs of a seasoned team that know how to clutch. As we're going to take a look here at some results between NiP and VeryGames throughout the regular season just to kind of help set up the storyline here in just a second, as it will be flying up in just a moment. As we will be moving on to Map 2 also shortly, which, what is Map 2 going to be?
It's going to be on DE Mirage.
DE Mirage, okay.
It's going to be a tough one. I've seen this before here between NiP and VeryGames. Yeah, it's losing 16-14 whenever you had a good lead like that. And MBK playing as well as he did, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, VeryGames certainly has to be a little crushed there. Like I said, I think that at one point they really felt they had that game. Very similar to a couple months ago when we saw that great comeback. Once again, NiP comes back again, and now they're really just proving that we can play from behind. You don't have to see it very often, but we can do it. So definitely showing their true colors today here at ESEA LAN.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look here.
A game of two halves, literally, in every sense of the phrase. It is probably the most ridiculous comeback I have seen in ages. Possibly the most ridiculous comeback I've seen in Go. But Kenny S going to be spamming his AWP, making it work outside. 2 great kills from him to Kenny S. So Kenny S is just going to work that peak, and he is going to pick it up great from Kenny S to get that spam. Well, MBK just mopping up that Swedish eco to win that game. MBK, though, is going to get that first kill. Kenny S is going to get another one. MBK is going to weigh in with a double. Once again, the Swedes are just getting absolutely massacred on this upper bomb site. Up at this time, Scream's going to get 1. Is it going to be 3? It is. 1, 2, and 3. Another 3-man on ramp. Is answering back, but Scream's going to get 1-on-1. Great reactions from Scream. Freiberg is going to take down Scream though, so it's all on this. Because it looks like Freiberg's got a nade, that is going to take him down. Huge within the context of the game. Forrest just absolutely chopping down VeryGames.
Counter-terrorists win. Counter-terrorists win.
Look at this from Ziz. Totally turning it round with a 3-man and a 4-man. Ridiculous play to go to match point. Absolutely ridiculous from him. And from 13-2 down, NiP come back to win it 16-13 against VeryGames.
Victory!
Gen Q. Enjoyment matters.
All right, so right now, as you can see, we're already in the pistol round. We went straight into it. Both of these teams really want to get this second map underway here.
Right, it is going to be NiP starting out on this TT side. VeryGames, thus on the T side, we see Scream trying to make a peek out from apartments. MBK has already made his way out to the Tetris boxes. MBK
We need
is
some
going to get
in-game
that
audio.
frag
There we go. As we're going to go ahead and
the bomb
see.
site. Scream going to come in with one as well. So VeryGames getting lots of frags here. They do have the bomb planted. We see Freiberg trying to make a play here with the P2000, but gets shut down by Kenny S. And all up to Forrest now as he's stuck in the connector. MBK shuts him down as well, so it's a very dominant hit there.
Yeah, they definitely, the best way to be able to get over the previous matchup is to just go ahead and win the pistol round. Reset, just get into it, remember what you did right in the first map, forget about what you did wrong, and then kind of just move forward and make things happen.
Now,
Picking up the pistol helps.
Had they ever played each other on Mirage and Lantern? I'm sure they have.
You're asking me a question that's
Do you remember casting it, like off the top of your head? Do you remember casting one? I'm just was curious if you knew about the history on this map, but either way.
Hey, look at that.
Either way, we see Get Right with the shotgun getting a pick. We did actually see Forrest get one as well, but VeryGames starting to chime back in. Exists with one as well. Scream gets an A kill right afterwards, so it's very back and forth down to a 1v1 between Scream and Freiberg. NiP trying to break this pattern here. Scream making his way into the site. He has an SMG. He has the bomb. A nade comes in from Freiberg. Takes Scream down to 50. So this is very close here. Freiberg with 74 health. Scream with 50, but he does have the bomb planted, and he does have an SMG in hand. We see Freiberg trying to spam through with the 5-7 through the smoke, see if he can get any more damage done, but unable to do so. We see Scream just playing these sight boxes here very carefully, peeks really well, gets that SMG headshot, and continues the pattern for VeryGames.
Yeah, just a great save round coming in there for NiP. They're able to pick up multiple there, and you could go ahead and take a look. They're going to go ahead and pull in. They've all got FAMASas. This is a complete shock and awe tactic. It can either work for them really well or be very, very detrimental to their money for the next couple rounds.
That's absolutely right, man. There's really no other way to say it than that. If you saw their money, they literally have $0 left on most of their players at the bottom of these FAMASas. They're very spread out. 2B, 1 mid, 2 at A. So a straight 2-1-2 setup. VeryGames poised to really hit A again. They had 2 apartments, 3 outside A on that lower ramp area. We do see Exist being aggressive here, and we'll get that pick onto MBK. So now VeryGames is aware of what they're going to be up against on this A hit. That might slow them down just a little bit.
Oh, no. This is a good, smart play there by Exist. He didn't try to push up too much, but he was just working the angles and immediately broke away from that position. They're going to be deterred away from that A ramp.
Yeah, he's not getting greedy. He's going to come up on Bounty now and try to help push off this apartments press. And here it comes as he sees it get shut down there by the AK of Scream. Scream continuing to get some AK frags there. Takes out Fifth Laren as well. We see Get Right over here at CT spawn trying to press in, but these smokes are really holding them back, and Forrest with them as well getting held back. And I think they might try to save these FAMASas.
That's exactly what they're going to do here. I mean, they should have already made the move. They're going to try to make it look like, maybe not. It makes so much more sense to me because of how, like I mentioned, it was very detrimental if they end up losing this round and they lose all of their weapons.
Right.
But look at this. They're going to be able to try to slide out of there. Uh-oh. Find out who is that going to be coming up there. That's an Existence just over there in the distance. And he's going to be able to get out for saving his weapon. And Get Right gets an AK from it.
Yeah, that was good for Get Right to pick up an AK. That certainly helps out a lot because NiP, like you said, is in a really bad money situation. So
maybe one day we'll have a Counter-Strike game where you can actually send money to a teammate so you can collectively buy something more.
Or you could just drop them a gun.
Say again?
You could just drop them a gun.
No, drop them money. Because right now a player has 2,500, another one has 22, but if you give them 4,700.
Combine the money together.
Ta-da!
There you go. Okay, I get your point now. Anyway, of course, VeryGames still fully rifled out. AKs across the board, full nades. I know, man. Corey just states the obvious. He's the man.
Only if.
I would be lost if you weren't here. Anyway.
I'd be lost if I wasn't here.
As we are going to see what VeryGames wants to do here. They do have the lead here, 3-0, and Existence has opened up the frags for VeryGames, as we do have, of course, NiP on an eco, besides Get Right, who does have an AK-47, and Forrest, who does have a FAMAS, I believe. Exist peeking that lower A ramp. MBK is going to take him out, and they are starting to gear up once again towards A. A couple in apartments, one A ramp. Bomb is starting to gather up on A ramp as well. MBK taking control of that first set of boxes, but look at Get Right getting a nice headshot there. Scream responds immediately though, so unable to do much with it. MBK not impressed by the performance, but does call out a nice shot. As Forrest left with the FAMAS, Freiberg left with nothing. Bomb getting planted by Existence inside the site, and not real sure what NiP wants to do here. I don't know if they'll try to save again or if they want to press the issue.
Nah. Just you're okay. Get some exits here. I mean, really, it's up to Forrest here. If he tries to run away, he's giving away. He's going to give up the weapon anyway.
Yeah, trying to get a frag out of this, see if he can get some guns down for VeryGames. He does quite a bit of damage to Smith there, but not able to get the frag in the end.
Forrest not really happy about what he was doing there. You saw him swing around his mouse. And just think about what it takes when a person really does that, think about what they're doing. I mean, swinging, throwing around the mouse, he's just like, damn it.
Yeah. I mean you're right, he really couldn't get away. He was kind of trapped there. If he tried to get away, he would get spotted. They would chase him anyway. So he was trying to make something out of it, maybe get a gun down. Like I said, he almost did kill one. Smith was down to like 2 HP, so it was pretty close. Now, we do see VeryGames actually upgrading one of their players to an op. Existence will be sporting it this time around. Kenny S will be with the rifle. We do actually have Forrest with an op, Get Right with an auto sniper. So that kind of combination you're talking about earlier on D Train, I think it was. They're bringing it over here to Mirage.
Yep. Usually you'll see Forrest inside of mid with a LOEP, and that's exactly what you see here.
Yeah, Get Right is going to be holding a ramp down with the auto sniper from CT spawn. Exist has already drawn blood, taking down the top fragger from VeryGames from last snap, which is NBK. So that will set them back just a little bit, but plenty of time left to play around with in this round. With Smith, the bomb carrier, actually coming up to apartments with Scream, so it seems like they're going to be dedicating to A here in just a moment. Lots of nades coming in here, and here comes the prep push. Get Right with the auto snipe, takes down one. Smith's able to make a bit of a trade. The bomb will get planted. Get Right trying to make the jump, but misses it. Will continue to run into the site anyway. Pulls out the auto snipe through the box, takes down Smith. He knows one's apartments. Kenny S gets the op pick from A ramp, so great job there. VeryGames trying to hold on to this round desperately. They would love to keep pressing the lead here. Fifth Laren does fall, but Freiberg will start to defuse. Scream is going to peek out, gets caught by Forrest, and the defuse will be made, and Kenny S gets taken down by Forrest. Great frags from Forrest that round. A little slow tennis clap there for Forrest and his op frags.
No, just great work. It went in. He had the chance to go in for the defuse. He took the chance, and then after that, he relied on Forrest to be able to watch the apartments for them. And Kenny S was basically watching to make sure no one crossed. With that being said, Scream then has to make the move to be able to push out through apartments, and that's the exact spot Forrest was watching. Right after that, it's just basically a perfect exchange because then Kenny S now has to take down the diffuser.
Yeah, and Kenny S wasn't really in a position to see the diffuser either. It had to be Scream who made the play. Forrest knew that, positioned himself to guard against it, and did well. We do see Fifth Laren getting an early pick there onto Existence. Forrest presses Cat, gets the pick there onto Smith, and gets the bomb down, so that's great news for NiP, as they will go ahead and start rotating accordingly. Bomb will get picked up here by Kenny S, and he'll take that back down towards, not real sure yet, either T-spawn or he might go towards B, not real sure, but we do see Exist getting some kills here at A.
It's back over here.
Yeah, Kenny S has the bomb over at long B, has an AK, about 50 seconds left. Not real sure if they want to make a play for this or just save these AKs. Kind of a tough call. Scream goes down at A. He's trying to make some headway there, but Exist stays dominant. He's been guarding A very well early on in these rounds, almost every round. And we do see Kenny S kind of trapped here in those upper B apartments with the bomb and an AK, 30 seconds left, and I think he's just going to try to save it here, Dunn.
Yeah, looking at it, I mean, what does that mean exactly? I mean, what does a save really entail? I mean, you're not really going to be able to buy for your teammates for next round. No one's really going to buy. They can save out. He can hang on to the AK, but he's going to be zeroed out. He will be able to take down one. It is more valuable to hang on to this AK.
And 2 seconds left. He's going to get chased here by Fifth Laren.
But
Fifth
that's
Laren will
far
take him down.
worse.
Yeah.
That is far worse.
Lose the gun and you get no money because it's after the round's over. You just got... It's like getting hit with a rock, and a rock bounces off the wall and hits you in the face again.
I have a funny story, but I can't even explain it.
You could just talk about how my analogy was awful.
No, it's okay.
Okay, you're gonna let me get. You're gonna give me that
I'll
one.
let you slide, of course.
Thank you. I appreciate it. A little bit of leeway for.
I'll give you a chance.
I appreciate it.
All right, so as you look at it, see what their setup is. As we take a look, Freiburg, again, this is the default spots for every player. Get Right's watching the cross point over here towards A ramp. The only difference is what we see here.
Eco round for VeryGames, trying to press Cat. Get Right's auto snipe stays true. Gonna pick up one. Gets up at second one. We had Fifth Flare pick up one as well. MBK, the only VeryGame member to get a frag. What's that?
Look at this.
Yeah, this is going to be a really sneaky play here from Kenny S. As he can be slowly coming to CT ramp. Forced to pick up an op frag. Oh, he's going to slowly work up.
I'd knife him. Honestly, I would knife him.
That's $1,500, but as soon as he pulls out the knife, you hear him. No?
No, you don't. So that's what people don't understand. You don't hear the knife whenever it gets pulled out.
Huh, I thought you did.
No, third-person client side, you do not. I get knife kills all the time because you don't hear it third person.
Fair enough, as he does get that $1,500 because of that added on.
A normal play, I mean, if in normal terms for 1.6 in source, you would have reacted instantaneously. You'd at least saw him flinch, but he didn't even move, right?
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know.
Everyone has thought that. Everyone thinks that. But that's the reality of it. So again, what we saw before, I was talking about the fact of him losing, but he regains all of that money. Plus an extra $100 for the knife kill, just in that one knife.
Yeah, that knife is huge. Knife kills get you lots of money. VeryGames is going to go ahead and buy up and once again go back to their bread and butter A strat. It seems like a couple of members with the bomb in A apartments, a few over here on the lower A ramp. Looks like they're going to be setting up for some set smokes here. So we're going to see Existence line up with his teammate Kenny S. But they seem to be kind of just waiting for a moment. They're going to do this on a timing. Scream and Smith just getting ready. They're going to have to wait out that smoke now too. The CT's constantly applying smokes to the choke points here. They're forcing VeryGames to have to keep waiting extra time before they can execute. But they will go ahead and execute straight into Get Right and Exist. They will pick up a couple of frags already. The bomb is down inside the site here. Exist with another frag there onto Existence. Great frag there. One terrorist still up on the balcony, one on the A ramp. Existence still in a great spot, but Scream does sniff him out there and takes him down. So it is a 4 versus 2, still heavily in favor of NiP at this point. We can see if Kenny S can land this shot here. That'd be huge. Oh, great flick headshot there onto Forrest. But Get Right comes right back, so it's up to Scream. 1 versus 3. He does have 99 health, so he could make this play as he edges around, but Freiburg catches them and ties the game up now. 4-all. Very close game right here in front of us.
Wow. As we take a look here where we sit across the board here, and you can see that they could buy if they wanted to, go for AKs and Galils. They decide to go ahead and make sure that they still have some smokes and flashes here. There's your smoke, your default smoke inside of mid. Let's go ahead and hop on board with Forrest.
Ooh. Forrest misses the shot, takes a little bit of damage and gets smoked off, but able to fall back. And it looks like VeryGames will just go ahead and take Cat. Look at Fifth Flare in there through the smoke and then get your pick onto Smiths. We do see Freiburg already press up into upper apartments with his teammate Get Right as they're waiting for this B push. MBK gets caught on Cat. That molly will be ineffective as it goes into a smoke. You see Scream getting 1 frag, but in the end that eco just goes straight to NiP. Kind of expected, I guess, and they do take the lead for the first time.
5-4, and NiP on the map that they wanted have finally taken the lead here, and you can see where we are sitting at right now. Kenny S has a lot of money, and finally decides to buy.
Right.
Tries to decide exactly which weapon he wanted to buy here.
And according to our Facebook poll, about 80% believe that NiP will win this map. So kind of back to what we saw pre-map 1.
Yep.
The faith meter has been restored after the great comeback.
Yep, so NiP now has the faith.
As we did show you the highlight video of the last great comeback, maybe another one will be made after this LAN is over for the second great comeback on NiP against VeryGames. As we do see VeryGames with the bomb here. Once again, going back to the same split on A. 2 apartments, 3 A ramp. They do this a lot. Smith's taking some nade damage there, down to 78. Scream down to 50. So already some early damage being done to VeryGames. It's going to put them at a slight disadvantage on this execution. And here it comes. Once again, VeryGames able to take down one, but NBK back to his true self, getting a couple of frags there, but get right up close, able to make the trade. Existence will come right back. Freiburg just back and forth play here. As it's going to be 34 seconds left on the clock here. Op on Forrest, as he will be sitting in the lower A ramp. Existence inside the snipe, creeping around. Forrest going to sneak up on him, misses the shot, and Existence gets the bomb and knows exactly where Forrest is now. Kenny S also gets the frag over on the other side, so now Forrest must clutch. He picks up an AK instead. Fake defuse here from Existence. Forrest kind of botches the smoke there, tries to spam through on Existence, but misses him. Continuing to try to do damage here through the box, but unable to land anything on Existence yet. Finally does just a slight bit of damage. Existence down to 41 as Forrest still continuing to slowly drift towards Sandwich. Going to check the connector. Quickly focuses his crosshairs back on Existence inside the site. And Existence able to make the 1v1 play. Kenny S not even really a factor in that one. So just a great heads-up play by Existence. I think Forrest has made a couple of slight little mistakes and got caught on him.
5-5, all tied up now. And what kind of basically broke things down there was Forrest missed the op shot. There's one. But it was a tough shot to make that quickly. I mean, he was out in the open. He could have made the shot a lot easier for himself, but he decided to go for something a little bit more of a quick scope. And then after that, like you had mentioned, he botched the smoke.
Right.
He could have won that 1v1, though.
He could have. I mean, he did a decent amount of damage through the box, but in the end, Existence was able to stay alive. They kept kind of peeking at each other, and eventually Existence did get the frag.
I gave him time to be able to get in there to get the bomb to get it planted. There's very little time left on the round timer. If he would have made that kill, it would have forced, I believe that was Kenny S. He was wrapping back around. He went through the vents all the way around through CT spawn, and he was coming back up. All that time to rotate, there's no way in hell he would have been able to pick up the bomb, pick up the round. But let's go ahead and break the thing down.
Yeah, as MBK does open things up. Once again, we see the same A split from VeryGames. It's about the 3rd round in a row I think we've seen it. As they are going to go ahead and start pressing in. We do see Exist trying to go up the ladder. Huge frags from Exist. Come up the ladder, taking down Smiths and Screen. That's actually going to get the bomb down on the balcony, so something VeryGames got to go back and collect. But Kenny S and MBK come right back themselves. Kenny S will be able to go collect that bomb and get inside this A site to plant. We're left with Freiburg and Fifth Laren to try to clutch this. Kenny S is going to plant 4 connector here on those fireboxes in the site. Freiburg playing from CT ramp. Fifth Laren is going to be coming through from the apartments. This is going to be a tough clutch situation here for NiP. The game is tied 5-5. This will give somebody the lead back, as Existence does here. The gunfire on balcony. He'll come back to get him. Freiburg will respond, but now it's a 1 versus 2. He's trying to cross into the site. The bomb is not planted in his favor. It's planted straight for where the terrorists are at. He gets a nice spam kill in there. Kenny S gets on the defuse. He has 3 seconds left to defuse, but MBK peeks him and takes him down. Freiburg really had no choice but to go for the defuse there at that point, and MBK just makes a good play. That was a really great plant.
That was a great plant, and they had a perfect setup for it, that all they had to do is wait for someone to go in for the defuse. They don't have to challenge any battles. They don't have to watch any cross points. They just have to wait for the bomb to be defused. It really, even if they pop to smoke, you shoot in the same region no matter what.
Yeah. As we will see NiP on an eco. Some shotguns coming in, though. It looks like we're going to see, once again, an A execution here from VeryGames, except the majority will be coming from ramp rather than apartments. In fact, no one went apartments this time. MBK gets a team kill there onto Smith. That's going to hurt, but he's able to take down Get Right. Scream trying to fight back as well, and Scream gets some nice frags there at the end, but that team kill certainly is going to hurt MBK a little bit. As you can see, he's down to $300, so.
That's going to make an impact. He has Kenny S that can help him out if need be.
How do you feel about them continuing just to keep relentlessly hitting A and not really changing it up that much? I mean,
this is VeryGames. This is VeryGames. They hit A over and over and over and over and over again. They will never hit B. It's just the way they play.
Even
B
if,
doesn't even exist.
do you think if they notice the stack, they might transition to B?
I mean, I bet they would fake towards B. I just bet you they don't. They have a calculator somewhere that says exactly what they can do, and right now it's 100% that they're more effective in the A bomb site.
And they do, once again, it's always Screaming Smiths up here in the apartments. Exist has been able to shut them down once or twice, but for the most part, it's come down to clutch situations here in the A-bomb site. So we'll keep our eyes on Exist as he will once again be called on by his teammates to make a play here on this balcony, as it will be yet again another 2-3 split on A, 3 A ramp, 2 apartments. We see one CT moving up here to get close. It's going to be Forrest who will get one. Great crossfires here. 2 CTs under the balcony. Smith tries to force issue by coming down the ladder and gets owned, but Existence comes through with a couple of frags. We see Get Right inside the site, able to put down Existence. It's now a 2 versus 3 in favor of NiP. We see Kenny S hopping on the boxes, gets caught by Get Right in the connector, now all up to Scream. He does spot out Get Right inside the site, able to take him down, but still has to kill 2 more, and he only has 2 hit points to do it. He's going to go for the plant here. He should get it. But no, he doesn't. Freiberg, great headshot through the box, prevents the plant, and NiP just back and forth match here. 7-6 is the score.
Yeah, I mean, look at it right now. Honestly, VeryGames is playing pretty well.
I'd agree.
All right, so as you can see, things sits. They've bought themselves a couple weapons here. So AKs, let's look over on the other side here for VeryGames. They're going to have everyone bought AKs across the board. And this is basically pretty much. Let's see if they decide to hit this a little bit sooner. As Exist playing extremely aggressive, able to take down one.
Yeah,
Let's see break things down.
Yeah, instead of being under bounty, he decides to actually be aggressive at lower A ramp, and he does get a pick out of it. Get Right also being able to come in and get a couple of kills here. Smiths will fight back, but Get Right continuing to do work. Get Right, I think that was a 4K round for him. Yeah, Exist got the first frag, but then it was all Get Right after that.
Oh, good old Get Right. 7-7. All tied up here.
Doesn't get much closer than this.
Take a look over here at what they have here on this side. Again, don't worrying about protecting B. No reason.
Let's see this. Do they even have anybody at B for CT side right now?
Oh, yeah, they do. No, they have 2
Oh,
players.
yeah, they still have 2 there. Okay. NiP not wanting to give that up just in case. Retaking B is a lot more difficult, in my opinion, than retaking A. We do see them once again aggressing up lower ramp. Existence will get the opening pick onto Get Right. Look at Exist, though. Hot inside the smoke. He's going to let everybody fold into the site. He's being so patient about this. He will probably wait for the plant.
Carrier.
No, gets spotted by Scream before he can make the play he was hoping to make, and Kenny S will make the plant here. Everybody from VeryGames is still alive. 3 NiP members remain. This is the last round of the half. The winner of this will take the lead for the halftime. We do see Freiberg trying to come in through CT spawn, but Kenny S is posted up, and he will get the frag. MBK with 1 as well. All up to Forrest. He gets 2, but Smiths in the end will take him out. So VeryGames goes in the second half with a 1-round lead. So they did look actually pretty strong, I have to say.
I'd feel pretty confident at this point if I was in the shoes for VeryGames. Again, I mean, what we just saw, they hit the A bomb site over and over and over again.
Every round. Every single round.
The only difference that we saw was whenever they came. Actually, they didn't do it this game. What we used to see was players come up mid. You'd have Existence here, and then you'd have one of the players come through the lower tunnels.
They actually...
And they would work here, and they'd actually do a split and work here from this side and work in from here. And then maybe late have one come out. But really what happened for this one is they did everyone here and 2 here. So they did basically 2 that were coming through here and 3 through here.
Right, there actually was one round where they went mid, but Forrest was aggressive cat with an op and caught him. And they never tried it again after that. That was like very early on in the half.
Wow.
So it was like one time it failed that they tried to go mid like you were talking about, that typical setup, and they just never tried it again.
It's just I really, honestly, I think they've probably hit the A-bomb site about 95% more, or 95% of the time whenever they're on DE Mirage. But really, as we look at it here on this second half, I think that VeryGames has the upper hand between these two.
What is the likelihood that we're finally going to see VeryGames beat NiP?
Good luck.
Good luck?
Good luck.
Is the window already open?
Yeah, I still, it's a matter of time. I mean, VeryGames, they get themselves there every single time, but every single time they get to that point, they just can't close the door.
Well, they'll give it one fair try here, as this pistol round will kind of let us know who will have the lead going into the gun rounds. Of course, VeryGames would like to press that lead, and NiP would like to close the gap. Looks like we are going to see an A split from NiP, but this time 3 mid connector, 1 A ramp, 1 apartments. And here it comes to splits. Frags going in favor of NiP, but Existence is trying to help VeryGames out, but not going to happen. MBK last man standing in a 1-on-3, and this mid connector with the P2000 in hand. He's got a couple of nades, but it won't matter. And the game is now tied up 8-all. Great split on A there by NiP.
All right, 8-8. And again, that pistol round will make an impact as we get later in this game. Just recall the fact that NiP won this pistol round here in the second half.
And just let you guys know, it will be ESEA LAN Box playing Quantic Gaming, and the winner of that will move on to play whoever loses this match.
Yeah, last time those two met up, ESC was able to take that best of 3, 2-1.
That's
and
right.
That was pretty decisive. I guess the real question is whether or not is Neo as hot as he was before, because he was playing lights out whenever I was watching him.
When we were casting ESC Box earlier today, everybody was kind of chiming in, so there's no real telling. It was mostly Pasha, though, that was really doing the work for him.
I love watching Pasha whenever he has an off.
He was doing
so
really well.
sick.
We are getting into this second eco round here for NiP. Once again, kind of splitting A similarly to how they did it in the first round. Working out equally as well for them, though MBK and Kenny S are trying to give him as much trouble as they can here from this lower A ramp. We do have Freiberg down to pretty low health, and Exist is actually down to pretty low health as well. Everybody pretty low, actually. Just Fifth Laren left.
Oh, no.
Oh, team kill for NiP. That's going to hurt. Kenny S going to be able to spam Freiberg down. This is a winnable 1v2 for him. If he can take out Fifth Laren, it's up to Fifth Laren really in this situation. And
Yeah,
Kenny S going to go ahead and save.
He doesn't know that, though.
That
he
is
doesn't
true.
know that Exist is low on health like that. So
It's the caster's advantage.
yeah, I'm happy whenever I'm at home. Valve, you know, they've given me all the health bars just like this every round, so I know exactly how much health they have. I turn on X-ray. I'm lying all through it.
This is why Dunn's matchmaking rank is as high as it is.
Yeah, okay.
It's got them secret that secret config.
As high as it is, that makes me feel even worse. If that's the reason why I'm only so
Are you like
low.
a super elite Eagle Scout or whatever that's called?
I have not a clue.
Those rank names, man. That gotta fix
It should
this.
just be like 10. I'm ranked 10.
Yeah,
That'd help me out.
not super illegal
You know that
elite.
none of the NiP guys are global elite either.
Man,
They did that freaking. They
Who do
did
you-
it-
what
they
do you
did
have
it-
to
They
do?
did a change, and once they played one matchmaking game, I think Freiberg dropped like 2. Let's go ahead and talk about this game right here.
yeah. Anyway, we do see NiP, of course, with AKs and Galils here. Kenny S does have a Galil that he saved from last round, but it's quickly falling as NiP is once again getting control of A and middle. You see MBK trying to press up Cat. Existence is going to be in that middle connector, and it will be a press through middle connector from NiP into the A site. 2 NiP members still left at mid. One of them will be Exist, and he will take out MBK. Existence is able to put him out, though, from the connector, but won't last for long. Freiberg will take him down. And so all 3 pistol rounds go to NiP, and they are now ahead 10-8. And like you were speaking about earlier, it seems like that window has opened here for NiP.
Yeah, they've already hopped in through, and they've grabbed VeryGames by the collar and threw him out the door and shut it and said, "Good luck."
We'll have to see. This will be the first buy round here, as we will see VeryGames buy up. Looks like everybody pretty much has an M4 here. Full rifle setup here from VeryGames. We see double setup here, Smith and Scream both playing under the balcony here at A. They have one CT and Sandwich as well, so MBK playing from the window room here, gets two picks here on Freiberg and Force to try to come with Cat. He's looking for more. He gets a third frag, looking for a fourth frag, gets that one too. Huge play here from MBK. That 4K is completely shut down. NiP's push on B. He could go for the ace too as he spots one and upper. Can he get it? No. Get Right says no ace today. But still, an impressive performance from MBK.
Normally that's busted out.
To see Get Right going to have to play from way behind in a 1 versus 4. He's trying to sneak his way around through Kitchen. Smith is right here, though, to his right. He's quick peeking everything. And he notices Smith, but not soon enough. And VeryGames wins the first gun round in a convincing fashion, but that was pretty much just a big play from MBK.
Beautiful play by MBK. Playing extremely well. Sitting there being able to make those shots. Right now sitting at 5 and 4 after going through those first 4 rounds. MBK has been playing so well in this
whole set.
Yep. Yeah, it's not. Again, I know that it sounds like that I'm knocking on VeryGames a lot, but really what it comes down to is every time these two teams play each other, VeryGames always puts themselves right at the cusp to sit there and break through, and they just don't do it. Something happens. They just start to fall apart.
Yeah.
And I want to be proven wrong. I'd love to see VeryGames just sit there and dominate here.
I mean, they're so used to dominating from Source. I mean, they dominated the Source.
They dominate everyone else. They play so well. That's the reason why this is the upper bracket finals. There's a reason why VeryGames is here. Right. And that's the reason why you usually see VeryGames and NiP at most of the finals that you see them in.
I mean, recently they have kind of fallen more to like a 3rd, 4th place fashion at Copenhagen as well as at EMS1. They had some trouble there, losing the Western Wolves at Copenhagen. But yeah,
Western Wolves was insane.
But that is true, that it usually is NiP and VeryGames. So, you know, this is kind of what people are used to seeing here in CSGO, and NiP has always won. But VeryGames is trying to make a statement here and trying to tie this back up. They have a great defense set up. They completely shut down the Apartment's aggression from NiP. This is almost a flawless victory here for VeryGames, but that will get taken away as Force will get one. It's all up to Get Right here. 1 versus 4 on Cat. Nice headshot there on the Kenny S. He spots one more inside the site, trying to spam him down through these fireboxes. Gets another nice shot on the Smith. Just a pixel-perfect shot there. It's a 1-on-2. 18 seconds left. He could make a play for this as he is working his way in. Existence and Scream are left. He's going to jump on top of the boxes. Going to get a nade onto the A ramp. Going to peek here, but Scream will put him away. Good play there by Scream, but Get Right had him worried for a little while there.
As you take a look, of course, they won one of those rounds, so that's going to change. Actually, their economy is really, really low. They've lost 2. Puts them at 1,900. You can see there with Freiberg. So they're hurting right now. They're going to save. Just solid play, great defense, great setups. Oh, there by VeryGames. I want this to be that match.
It could very well be. It was a close match last match up until the very bitter end. And this match, we're at a 10-all situation, very similar as we're seeing MBK once again making some huge plays from Catwalk. He's got 2, he's got 3, going for another 4K, and he gets it. MBK is just playing like the set of his life right now in CSGO. He is just absolutely up there.
That's insane. MPK is like plus the world. He's 9 and 5 right now. And he was playing so well and before, I mean, really.
So we got a comment from Narcandy. I think my teeth might fall out. I'm pushing him so hard. And Skadoodle with a farewell tweet as they were eliminated just a moment ago by Quantic Esports. Congrats to them on how well they have been able to do lately, especially internationally. Going from not being able to make it out of group play at DreamHack to making it to 7th, 8th place at Copenhagen. They are turning into what could possibly be another world-class team from North America.
All right, so right now we've got getting us right here inside of mid. They need to be able to pick this one up. This gun round is going to be very crucial here for VeryGames.
As we do see NiP kind of taking mid control here. You see Exist trying to make his way up to the connector, but Kenny S will cut him off and make his way back over to window room. He does spot yet another one out in connector, but Freiberg able to put him out there, so NiP in control. Freiberg with another frag onto Smith's. MBK trying to make another huge play as he's done a couple of times this half.
Uh-oh.
You see Scream, the human aimbot here with the AK from under the balcony. He will get one, unable to get Forrest, and NiP wins that, ties it back up at 11 all. And I have to say, you know, besides that one round Scream had on Nuke, he's been awfully quiet for his team. It's mostly been MBK and company doing the work here. I mean, he's getting one frag here or there, of course, but it's just like he's not making those big plays like most people are used to seeing from him.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm used to being able to get the chance to be able to sit there and go off whenever Scream is playing, and I really haven't had that chance yet.
NBK, on the other hand, though,
yeah.
has certainly
NBK
given us some plays to look at. Existence as well. Both of them have just been playing out of their minds today, but they need, I guess, just a little bit more to finally be able to beat NiP. This would be a historic moment for them if they could just get ahead and keep it. But NiP is certainly not going to make it easy for them.
Freiberg was trying to, or make that MBK was trying to lurk through the back halls, the B apartment, and ended up getting taken down.
Right, so NiP does have a man advantage here. They're going to be bringing that bomb back over towards A. It's going to be 3 on ramp and 1 apartments. Existence lurking B from underpass.
I don't know how effective that's going to be.
Not very effective, as Kenny S is actually going to be kind of playing A by himself after these smokes. He's going to have to make these initial kills as Scream is completely smoked out, unable to do so. Faflaren will take him down. Scream trying to make a big play. He does take out one, but Freiberg is right there to make the trade. So Existence having to play from a distance here. He's going to be coming up the long A ramp. 1v3 situation here. Immediately gets spotted out there by Faflaren and is forced to fall back.
Yeah, they're at that point, if you lose the initial part of that gun battle, this is a smart move to make. You just got to find your position of where you want to be, but look out. Uh-oh. Exist right there.
Yeah, he did see him, luckily.
Oh, wow, and Freiberg comes from the other side. It kind of worked out in his favor that Exist was spotted, because then after that, he had to slow his roll.
Indeed, so NiP once again taking the lead back here, but this match has been very back and forth. I wouldn't be surprised either way, really. I have to say it is nice to see VeryGames giving them a hard time, though, like we just saw there on that tweet. You know, it seems like there's been plenty of occasions where NiP has kind of blown out VeryGames. But they are keeping it rather close. They're definitely making it interesting, and I'm sure the viewers at home are enjoying themselves.
All right, got some action happening over there on the inside. That was actually Get Right who's going to get taken down. This is a save round, though.
Indeed, and Scream has picked up an AK out of that. As we do see the bomb up on Exist. He's at the back of Catwalk. He has Freiberg with him here at the middle. Their teammates, Forrest, will be over in those B upper halls. About a minute left on the clock. Not quite sure what they want to do here. It looks like they are gathering up to go back at the T-spawn and then into A, as Scream is actually kind of playing that solo for right now, though Existence is certainly in the area. Yeah, so I think that NiP is actually going to get the best look they could possibly get in this situation, as though Existence has made the rotation. So either way they go, they will get a 3-on-2 initial take. 30 seconds left. They're going to have to make their move here soon, and VeryGames is aware of that. Scream, the only person with the gun, and he is in the right spot to use it. He's going to be playing back there by the CT spawn. Here comes the flashes. Scream making the plays I was talking about earlier that he needed to make. Forrest now alone, and Existence will take him out. That is a huge eco victory for VeryGames.
Wow.
Scream heard me, I think.
He needed to be able to pick up something, and he finally did it there.
Who do you think the MVP out of the NiP versus VeryGame match so far? Obviously MBK.
MBK's won.
For VeryGames.
Yeah, for sure. That's without a doubt. Of course, how that post got up here onto the stream, that was hashtag ESEA LAN. They're posted on Twitter. You can also hop on Facebook, ESEA.net. Take a look at this setup.
I haven't seen this boost before.
He doesn't know where he's getting shot at right now.
I don't think NiP's seen this boost before.
They assume that he's getting shot there from the window right now.
He's taken flaring down to 30.
Oh,
Existence!
look
Two
at
huge
this.
outside frets with Freiburg, I'm sorry, finally catches on.
Wow.
You know, huge kills there, but
VeryGames,
NiP able
that's what they
to
are.
equal it up right away.
That's what VeryGames does.
Forrest takes control of B here. Scream is in kitchen. Got the AK in hand. Kenny S is going to have the op on the opposite side of the map. Oh, Freiburg sneaks up on Scream, takes him down. Kenny S is just going to probably have to save this op, man.
Look at this. Let's go back to this wall. See if he's gonna go ahead and save on this. They were boosted right over the top. And let's look at it from their perspective over here. I mean, look. I mean, what is? I mean, I'm always your eyes are watching over there towards window.
It's already so dark over
and
there.
then you look over there and try and then the same spot right here. It's probably just the top of his head, and trying to be able to make a shot on that too. I mean, the reason why Freiburg was able to take him out so easily is because he just came through and he goes, "Oh, what are you guys doing there?" So
I mean, and the thing is had Freiburg had just not played underpass that round, VeryGames would have been very far ahead with those opening 2 picks. But unfortunately for them, Freiburg happened to be there. He equalizes it in the snap of a finger, and all of a sudden that advantage you had is no longer there.
Yep, and so now the score's going to be 13-12 here in favor of NiP. Take a look at the money. They reset themselves. And so now it's going to be 2,900 or 2,900 there for Kenny S. Oh, actually, I ended up carrying it over already. So let's see exactly what they have. Looking at, they're dropping pistols on the ground. Again, that's one of the things. Remember what I told you? Look
They
on
always
the
have
left side.
nades. Oh, yeah.
Always have nades.
I'm learning, bro.
You're learned.
I'm gonna learn today.
You're gonna learn it.
So you are going to see NiP, of course, fully geared out with AKs all across the board. Looks like they do have a couple in the apartments here. Bomb in that general area as well. So far looking like it's going to be an A hit. Typically, the tell-all is when the bomb is in apartments. Typically never going to see them rotate all the way around the B at that point. So we are going to go ahead and see NiP execute here on that A bomb site. Smokes up on the site, unable to really spot anybody out. Smith is able to sneak a frag there onto Exist, but NiP is going to make their way into plant. Nice shot there by Freiburg through the box onto Smith. Another nice headshot there for Freiburg onto Kenny S. He's continuing to get pressured here. MBK making some plays from connector, though, and now Freiburg's in a 1 versus 2. And MBK! We were talking about who is the MVP. And, yeah.
That's their second time to get an eco with a pistol here
That's
in
true.
the second half. Ridiculous.
So imagine if they could put some gun rounds together on top of that. As it is tied 13-all. And someone just made a great comment. I haven't seen MBK this crazy since Source. That's very true.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
He's definitely, like I said, he's having one of his probably best events he's ever had in Go as an individual player.
And NiP is going to be on a save here. Let's go and hop on board with Kenny S. This should be fun.
I think he did spot then out.
Freiburg picked up one. There you go. Kenny S going to go ahead and fall back now.
All right, as it looks like NiP will just try to execute into B. He misses that first shot. Going to go ahead and fall back onto Cat, play it safe. He's going to check mid, though, and he's going to miss that shot, too, on Get Right, but it's okay. Existence will take care of it for him. Bomb is going to get planted in B, though, so NiP is going to get the free money there. Once again, another miss from Kenny S here with the op. As this isn't extremely winnable, but anything's winnable for NiP, I guess, as we do see Forrest trying to challenge Kenny S. Kenny S finally landing the shot. Here we see Exist with the Glock, but Smith takes down the M4, and VeryGames will take the lead back for the first time in a while. 14-13. Such a heated match.
They just got to close it out. Close it out. You can hear Existence talking with his teammates.
He wants this. It's fine. They think this is finally their time. I'm curious to see what would happen at that table over there if they were to win. So much hard work and time and dedication has gone into this for VeryGames to finally be able to say that we have done it.
Right there. NBK is going to be right there over on Catwalk.
Yeah, NBK has done this a few times, and it's always panned out well, but not this time. Exist is going to go ahead and put him out there with the AK.
Oh, look at what's...
Yeah, Kenny S trying to be aggressive on Cat with the op here. Going to miss his first shot and be forced to be a little bit more passive now. But look at Existence jumping out the window, chases Forrest down, but unable to get the frag. Forrest is going to catch him and stay at 15 health. Kenny S getting challenged all the way back to B here, and NiP is now giving VeryGames the runaround. As Get Right will get a pick over at A. They're getting picks all around the map. I think VeryGames is confused where the real hit's coming from. As Kenny S will finally pick up one here with the op from Cat. He is sniffing out Forrest, who is also in those upper B apartments, but he pulls out his pistol right at the wrong time, and it ties again 14-all.
Let's look at this past round and think about the round that just happened right before that.
Okay.
Completely two different styles of VeryGames.
Yep.
VeryGames hitting all their shots in one round, being impressive, making everything count, and then missing all the easy shots. Missing every one of them that were just so open to take and missing them.
Yeah, it's been rough as VeryGames does buy out from Osses. And they're going to try to make a play for it here. Of course, NiP still fully geared out with rifles. Only 2 guns for VeryGames. This with the FAMAS, Kenny S with an M4. Everybody else sitting on pistols. So this is definitely just fishing out whatever loose change they had left in their penny jar here. Get what they can for this round.
Yeah, but we saw what they've been doing with the pistols.
They've won 2 ecos. You're right. So definitely something for NiP to worry about, but Exist and Freiberg getting those early picks on the Smiths in Existence. That is actually one of the guns down for VeryGames. Kenny S still has his M4. We're going to wait and see how this round plays out. Scream does pick up 1 pistol frag here from inside the A bomb site. NBK trying to make a play, but gets shut down. And it's all up to Kenny S with his M4, and I think he'll probably save it here. And it'll be game point for NiP, and we might see yet another 16-14, or we could see an overtime.
He made it sound like he was hopping into the window. Just a smart move there. And he's already way gone.
Yeah.
Wait, come on, Get Right. I mean, put Flare in here.
Let's take a look here at the scoreboard. I mean, VeryGames is going to be really hard pressed to get the guns they need to try to force an overtime.
Yep.
And Kenny has to save this rifle. They need this rifle so badly next round.
And luckily enough, he does. And look at this.
Let's see.
Nope.
It's going to be a lot of FAMASes.
If that. If that.
Mag 7 for Smiths. Existence, NBK, and Scream go with nades instead of guns.
Told you.
Well, Existence does have a FAMAS.
Not there, though. Not for Scream.
Not for NBK either. But we do have 3 guns for VeryGames. Basically, they're going to have to play really on point here. 4 players stacking A for VeryGames. Trying to roll the dice here in hope that NiP plays into their hands, but it looks like NiP is more focused on controlling middle at this point. No one really over at A apartments or A ramp. It's mostly mid and towards B, so unfortunately VeryGames has guessed wrong, and it may cost them the set. You see Existence in the window room. He does get spotted out by Exist.
He just definitely spotted him there.
Existence may have also spotted him, though, so it's kind of back and forth here.
Yeah, but that way you at least know for a fact what he's positioned.
It's true, as we do see NiP popping some nades into that window room. We do see Exist challenging the connector. He has spotted out Kenny S. He'll come in, Lays down mouse 1 through the flashbang. Kenny S and NiP will make some trades here, and it favors NiP as they are closing into A. Get right from A. Ramp gets one. He's looking for a second one. He spots out Scream inside the site. He gets that one too. MBK will have to make the play of his life. He's made quite a few, but he has to make this one. He gets a nice headshot there. Nice out to Fireberg. It's a 1 versus 2, but no!
Wow.
Forrest, the dream ender. What a match, though. We've had 2 16-14 games between NiP and VeryGames. NiP just always slightly ahead. It's like the story of VeryGames' lives in their CSGO career, it seems like. They just get so close. They can just taste it, but they just can't have it, man.
They can close against any other team. They can dominate any other team. They can be so incredibly effective. But here we are, and we see VeryGames getting sent down to the losers bracket. But right now, the matchup between ESC and Quanta Gaming is going on right now. Let's go and take a quick commercial break. We'll be back and discuss there with NiP what happened there in both maps. We'll be back after the break right here from the ESEA Season 13 Global LAN Finals right after the break.